Okay, so graph -3 cosine of -4x plus 4 pi. So the first thing I'm going to do is try and find that phase shift. So I'm going to factor out that -4. Okay, so what does that leave me with? Well, -4 times x would be -4x, and -4 times -pi would give me that plus 4 pi. Okay, and we can deal with this negative sign here because the cosine of a negative value is equal to the cosine of the positive value because it is an even function. Okay, so in other words, we can just drop that negative sign because of the even property. Okay, so now I can see pretty easily that the amplitude is 3, the period is going to be 2 pi divided by this value, which is pi over 2. The phase shift I can see is pi units to the right. And what I do is I add a little extra thing. I call it interval length. Interval length, I like to divide the period into 4 equal parts because of the nature of these functions. Remember, the cosine will be down, 0, up, 0, down. So it's going to do that every fourth of its cycle, or in this case, the period is pi over 2, divide that by 4, and we're going to count by pi over 8. So that helps me figure out what I'm going to mark my graph with. So I'm going to count by pi over 8s to scale this thing. So 1 pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, which is pi over 4, 3 pi over 8, 4 pi over 8, or pi over 2, 5 pi over 8, 6 pi over 8, 7 pi over 8, and I need a little more room, 8 pi over 8. Okay, and then all the hard work's done. Now I just have to know where this thing starts, or where the first point is going to be, which I am going to make so the phase shift was pi, right? So I go to x value of pi, we would shift pi units to the right, and somewhere along here is my first point, but I know it's the cosine curve. So let's say 1, 2, 3, that's -3. 1, 2, 3, that's +3, and it's reflected because of that negative sign. So I'm going to start right here. Okay, and I kind of ran out of room going to the positive values greater than pi for x, so I'll just go backwards. It just does what the cosine does, right? It goes 0, it goes max, it goes 0, it goes min, right? And it just follows that same pattern. And then if we wanted to, we can continue this -pi over 8 and so on, but I'll just stop it there. And there's a pretty decent sketch of that function.